Hi everyone, my name is Christian Eschbach and welcome to another episode of my album reviews. I am going to do yet another 2020 release for you today. Today we are going to look at AC/DC Power Up. Yeah, I had to actually look at it, sorry. I can't remember the name of the album, but I have gotten to know the songs really, really well. Okay, so this album is post Malcom Young, but features the classic living lineup of AC/DC. So you got Brian Johnson, Phil Rudd, Cliff Williams, and Angus. Malcolm, much love. Now, I've chosen to stay stupid about this album to find out who wrote what, who did what was what, and what was what for reasons of I just want to look at the album. I just want to hear the album. And this is True Blue AC/DC album. So if you are an AC/DC fan, you will like this album. This is one of those albums, to me, when I listen to it, it's got the production and it's got the sound and the quality and everything like that. It sounds like it could have honestly been done as the follow up to maybe For Those About to Rock. It's definitely my favorite album since Stiff Upper Lip. Yeah, so let's just get into it here. So the album opens up with Realize. It's an okay song. I'm not a fan. It's okay. I personally I'd skip it myself. And the same thing with Rejection. Neither one of them really kind of stand out. They're just kind of fluffers to me. It's like they put all the fluff at the beginning of this album. Okay. From there you go to Shot in the Dark. Shot in the Dark's not bad. It gives you a general idea of what this album's gonna feel like. The AC/DC cliche-ness, we'll say. But Shot in the Dark still, it's good, but it's not great. The album really gets going when you get to Through the Mists of Time. Now, this one is definitely a great retrospective, reflective, Malcolm, my buddy, my friend, my tour mate, you're gone, kind of, like they don't come out. It's not mourning Malcolm's loss. It's talking about going through the years and all the things you've done together, and it's just going through the mists of time, man. It's sentimental, but it's the right type of sentimental. And for AC/DC to do this type of sentimental song is really nice to hear because it is something that is both a little bit different. It's a matured kind of AC/DC, we'll say, in a way. But at the same time, it's still AC/DC. It is. And from there, we go right into Kick You When You're Down. All right. So we go from something really sweet and, wow for AC/DC kind of thing, right into a boot to the balls, baby. Oh, Kick You When You're Down is good tunes. Is good, hard, simple, but good, hard AC/DC, just gets you right in the place. The song title says it all, right? From there, we go to Witch's Spell. I really dig Witch's Spell. Witch's Spell was actually the first song on the album I really latched on to on my very first listening to the album. Like the very first time I listened to this album, I was really kind of through the mist of time. I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of, yeah. And then, when I got to Witch's Spell on the first listen, I'm like, okay, yeah. Now, through the mist of time and Kick You Waiting Down, they're really, really good. Witch's Spell is, just a great continuation of that. But to me, I thought it was a really good standout song. I don't have a good reason for it. I just thought it was that way. After that, we got Demon Fire. Demon Fire is a good tune, kind of blends into the mix at this point. So it's just a nice, solid AC/DC tune we got going on here. But nothing truly pop, we'll say. But a great, solid track. Great, solid album track. Wild Reputation, same thing. Great, solid album track, hooks you in, keeps you going. No Man's Land, once again, hooks you in, keeps you going. Systems Down. Now this is when I find that it's not just hook you in and keep you going. You're actually listening again because it's something a little bit off, a little bit different than what you're used to for AC/DC. It's a little bit new, but not too far that you go, oh, I don't like this. Money Shot. Whew. Well, yeah, take what you want from that, right? AC/DC, man. Good tune. It's fun. It's a good album cut. It's not meant to be taken with any type of seriousness. I mean, it's AC/DC, so you can take AC/DC seriously, but you can only go so far, right? You know what I'm saying? And then the album ends with Code Red, and Code Red kind of is like Systems Down. Like Code Code Red is another one where you just kind of like, wow, okay, so this is how it sounds. This is what it's going to be. This is going to be the last track on the album. Let's finish off the album with something cool, a little different, a little unique, and that's what they do. I know it sounds like a rush through the album. That's because when you listen to the album, it's not. The reason why I say it's the album that could be around the For Those About to Rock album is the For Those About to Rock album, I think, is a highly undervalued album. I think it's a fantastic album. But none of the songs, except for the title track, totally pop and really hook you, grab you, and drag you in. It's a great, solid album to listen to when you want to listen to an album. This is an album that is just like that, and the sound is similar to that. You know, you listen to it, you can hear certain songs where they're fantastic songs. They really grab you. Like Through the Mists of Time, I think is going to be a song that is going to latch on, and I really think that, if the Iron Man character were not done in the Marvel movies, Through the Mist of Time is definitely a song that would be coming out in the near future. And, there's always a possibility that, there's an Iron Man sequence later on where they're remembering. You might even hear it because it works, Um, Witch's Spell, I don't think will ever really pick up the way I think it should, but it could. It's a good tune. The whole way, and Kick You When You're Down's another one as well. I really think that these are all real standout good tracks, but I don't think they're gonna ever grab the way that the hit singles grab. Through the Mist of Time is the only one I really think that'll grab as a true classic, maybe hit single that'll go on throughout the years or something like that. I don't think there's anything else on here that's going to really truly grab outside of fans or music appreciators or music lovers. Like, this is, if you like listening to music, if you love listening to music, you love putting on an album and listening to it from beginning to end the whole way through. If you are an AC/DC fan, then you will not be disappointed with this. If you are a music person, it really, how much you like this album really will depend on how much you like AC/DC. And Malcolm is not here, but it's okay. You can hear that it's not Malcolm, but it's okay. You don't mind because you can hear that Malcolm's spirit is still in this album. I It's a great insert. I do love it. And this is how I've looked at this album. I've looked at, it's got a great front cover. It says a lot. The back cover is simple but reflects the front cover. It says a lot. And then you've got the guys, So to me, that's how I keep this album. I want to keep it as simple as possible for me. I want to love it for what it is. And nothing else. It is not their best. It is not their worst. But it is definitely something that AC/DC fans must have, and music lovers should appreciate. Album lovers especially. It's a solid, solid album. Anyways, as usual, peace, love, take care. Until next time.